Hi guys, Thomas and Friends 47 here, and today we're taking a look at the brand new 2-in-1 Transforming Thomas playset. Now this set I have mixed feelings about. When it first came out and I saw pictures of it, I wasn't that excited for it, but when it arrived in the mail and I got to see it in person, I actually was really excited to open this set, and then my phone broke, literally shattered into a million pieces. So I had to keep this in box until I could get a new phone and film the outside of the box for the review. And once I did finally get my new phone and open it, I was a little bit disappointed. But this is a look at the packaging, and it's basically what we've been seeing for a little bit now. It is labeled as 2021 though, and you'll notice that this is what the first things that are in the box: sticker sheet and instructions. But we're going to take a look at the push-along Percy here. Now this is basically your standard push-along Percy. There's nothing special about it, and that's alright. I think it's great that they're giving us classic engines. You know, it doesn't have to have special printing all over it. It's just nice. And I really like this truck. I don't like that it's a metallic shiny silver. I wish it was kind of more of a flat duller gray, but all in all, it's not bad. The next character in the box that we're going to look at is Cranky. Now this Cranky is a bit of an odd choice. It's kind of small in proportions, but the legs are really long, and that's so that engines can go underneath. It does have, you know, where you can lower the hook there, and then it also will spin around, and I'll demonstrate that in just a second. But it's weird. You know, the other Cranky that we got earlier this year, in my opinion, is much better. You see it does go up and down there, and the hook is also the same from that other one. But from this angle, you'll see it just looks so weird. Cranky's so tiny on the top, and then the legs are really wide where trains can go through. It just doesn't look right proportions-wise. You'll also see how it disassembles here, and that's so that you can put everything back into the case. We'll talk about more of that later. Now here's a comparison between him and his counterpart from earlier this year. You also get these crates which are printed and signs that have stickers. Next we're going to take a look at these. So this is the red line sign. You have to apply these stickers yourself. I don't really care for this, especially this. The random dog sign, don't like that one. The signals just look very weird. And we do have this mayor and station building, but it's not really much, and it's kind of thin. I kind of wish they would have done something else, but all in all, not bad. At least we get Marin. And then here, of course, is the stars of the show. These are the transforming parts of the playset. Now you notice that Thomas's wheels actually have spokes inside of them, and that really surprised me. I was not expecting that, but it looks really nice. He also has some great printing detail on the sides, including number 1, the boiler bands. Some nice details there. The front has a nice face, and those buffers are actually raised there. He has a coupling hook detail and then the portal windows on the top. Here's the other side, which is basically the same. And then here's the back. You'll notice it has that molded detail for the lamp, the coupling hook there to couple to Annie and Clarabel, and then it also opens up for storage space inside, though there is not much room in there, hardly at all. There's also the Thomas Friends logo. Here's the top of Thomas, and you'll notice the whistle detail there. That's a sticker. Still very nice. Here's the bottom. Alright, let's take a look at Annie and Clarabel. Now, this is a weird proportion item, and I expected that because everything does, you know, fit inside, but I don't think they captured their likeness very well. The sides look great, but the faces, not so much. And these are actually snap-in-place faces. They've been put in already, but they do have little notches in the back, where if you want to remove this someday, I think you could. The faces just don't look right, though. I don't know what Fisher-Price did, but they didn't capture Annie and Clarabel. There's the roof, and then there's the bottom of the car. And this is how everything opens up on these cars too, but we'll take a look at that toward the end of the video. Alright, so this is the set all set up, and you can see it's pretty big actually. Actually, I had to expand my workspace. Basically, you take Percy and run him around this little layout, and then he comes up to where Brendam Docks is, and Marin Station's there for some reason. But you can see you can take the crates over here to Cranky, and Cranky can unload the mail from the truck that Percy brought in, and then of course load fresh fish from the bay. I thought this was really cool because it's actual train play. It's something we don't see much in Trackmaster anymore, and I'm glad they're bringing this back. Cranky lowers the crate right back into the truck, and then Percy can be on his way with his fresh delivery. You don't know how much fun this was. And off he goes. Though I do have a few problems with this, I think it's pretty good for what it is. However, there is one thing that I would change, and that is give it a motorized engine. For some reason, I don't know what it is, but the Percy Takes the Plunge pack that recently came out works great with this set. And I think it would have done better instead of a Transforming Thomas set, instead been just called a Day at the Dock set. Now, let's talk about this set. Is this the set for you? That depends, and I'm going to talk about this a little bit more in detail. So this set is a transforming playset. However, it is very difficult to get everything to fit back inside. In fact, the instructions specify there's a certain way that you have to do everything, and each step has to be done exactly right, or else everything's not going to fit. For example, you'll see those grooves on the bottom there show you where everything has to go. You have to layer everything on top of it, and then continue to put layers on the inside, and it's just very, very confusing. And you actually have to take things apart, like the girders. They can't be put together when you put it back in Thomas. You have to take all of the track apart, and to be honest, this just does not seem like a age 3 and up type set. It would require parents taking the set apart to help the kids take it apart to put it back inside Thomas and Annie and Clarabel. And I'm going to be honest, even after reading the instructions, I am 24 years old, and I still had trouble getting everything back in here exactly. The roof didn't want to snap back on, and I'll be honest, I don't see how kids could do this by themselves without leaving some parts somewhere. And it kind of defeats the purpose of this transforming playset, being able to put everything into these storage containers which are specifically made for this purpose. It just doesn't fit. What I think would have been better is if they had just made this a dockside set, because you have all of those elements. You have Cranky, you have the elevated platform that reminds you of Brendam Docks. It's very cool. Also, Thomas here says that he can fit 5 engines on the inside, but you can see the space in here is so cramped. I really don't think that you could fit 5 engines, and if you could, they would get scratched up pretty badly. And I don't think that was including the girders. If you have the girders, I don't believe you'll be able to fit any engines in there, hardly at all. I also want to point out that Annie and Clarabel are facing the wrong direction when pulled by Thomas, and this is just a little bit aggravating to me. In closing, this set isn't bad, it's just finds itself in some weird middle ground. You see, it would be the perfect type of starter set because you get a nice oval of track, you get engines and characters, and of course these carrying cases. But then it also defeats the purpose because it's not simple enough for younger kids to put together and put everything back inside, especially in the way you have to do it step by step. And for parents, I don't think this is a good set if you're buying this for younger children, because they're going to end up losing these pieces, and they're not all going to go back in here without forcing them, or unless following these specific instructions, and that's going to get aggravating over time. So if you're an older Thomas fan and you're collecting, I probably would skip this set. Maybe go for the talking set, or just buy the separate cell Cranky, because the Cranky in this just is so small, it doesn't really warrant purchasing this set. But that's my personal views. Let me know what you think in the comments below, and I'll see y'all again very soon. Bye for now!